Here's everything you need to know about espresso cups, or AKA Demitasse cups. Hey guys, welcome to Espresso Mike, where each day it seems like I share with you new insights into the world of espresso. Welcome to the Espresso Coffee House. Today we're going to be talking about Demitasse cups, espresso cups, the history of them real quickly. If you're buying them, you might have known, well, they're not cheap, and I'll give you some tips on that. And how big are they? All these details and more on today's program. Again, thanks for watching. All right, espresso cups, also known in the specialty coffee world as a Demitasse cup. Demitasse is the French word, surprisingly. We go by a French word in the name for espresso cups, but in the specialty coffee industry, they're essentially called Demitasse cups, and they are typically between 2 and 3 ounces. If you get a metric cup like this one, this is the tulip design. There's different designs, but they're all essentially the same thing. Pretty much standard in a specialty coffee house, you're going to find a 90 milliliter Demitasse cup. And they should always be served with a saucer. I think that's the refined and proper way to do this. All right, guys, so that's the backstory of them. And again, the size, they're 2 to 3 ounces. It may vary depending on where you are, but I think more standard in the good specialty coffee houses today, you're gonna find one that's about 90 milliliters. Of course, 3 ounces is what that translates to. A shot of espresso is going to be 2 ounces, probably with a little bit of a head, a little crema on it, slightly bigger, so it gives you a little bit of space, gives you a nice aroma. I love drinking from these. They come in stainless steel, glass, and of course the porcelain or ceramic versions. I much prefer these. The heavier the better. Has a nice aroma, nice feel. I feel kind of sophisticated, right? Isn't that what you want to feel when you're drinking espresso? It's also a good way when you walk into especially coffee house, you see them typically on top of the espresso machine. And if you don't see them in your coffee house, it might tell you something about the quality of the espresso or how much effort they put into the espresso, or is it even a thing on the menu, right? But I typically say you typically notice some good quality Demitasse cups on top of the espresso machine. In theory, you should be getting a higher quality cup of espresso at that coffee shop. So that's the background on the size. And now purchasing them. Now, you might have realized they're not cheap. There's different models, different variations. You get some on Amazon. You can get some at various specialty coffee shops like Espresso Parts. Now, again, this video, there's no sponsor to the video. There's no sponsor in all my videos. So if you like espresso, love learning about new coffee shops, new coffees, certainly feel free to check out our shop, our Italian blend, I think, which is right there, is our espresso blend. I put the link in the bio if you guys are ever interested in supporting the channel. That's the best way to do it. All right, so no recommendations, but I will share with you a couple that we use at the coffee house, and then you can make your own decisions. I like the ones that aren't tilted. this is what, again, the tulip design, as you kind of see it. This gives you a more thinner profile, but there you go. Must have a saucer with them, in my opinion. Again, this is the refined way to serve espresso. Put a little spoon on there typically as well, but they should all come with a saucer when you buy them, so that's part of the price. Now, this is the cheaper version. These are called Suisse. I think it's SWEESE. You get them on Amazon. They run about $5 or $6 a cup. Again, that's including the saucer. They're a little bit thinner. You kind of see the profile of them, but they have worked really well. We've used them in the coffee shop. They're great little cups. Have a little bit of a kind of modern angle on the handle there. But you can get them in all types of different ways. You see some that are slanted, see some that are a little bit longer. Again, this gives you a nice big, I like a fairly round surface or fairly large circumference diameter. So you can get the espresso in when you're doing a double shot, and also gives you that aroma when you're drinking. So I would look for one that certainly has kind of this big of a diameter or bigger, especially if you're pouring double shots into them. That is one thing to keep an eye on. Now, the other version we use is the Loveramics version, as you can see right here. This and Acme are probably the 2 biggest, most well-known versions in the espresso world. They're thicker, obviously. You can see how thick that is. I'll do a quick little comparison. The Loveramics versus the Suisse here. So noticeably thicker. Now, these are much more expensive. These go for around $13 a piece. If you buy them in quantity, of course, you get them at a little bit better of a discount. But that's kind of the going rate for these. They're heavy. They feel heavy. They have nice weight to them. I love sipping espresso out of these. It has a nice aroma. They feel nice and, again, solid. It's like a nice, proper feel. It feels like you're in a high-class coffee shop. You can get these for your home. They come in all different colors. We try to stick around blues here with Ispiari. But, so these are the Loveramics. Again, they make the version called Acme. Pretty much the same thing, same type of thickness to these. But again, you want to have a thicker circumference so you can get 2 shots into these. So please consider that when you're buying them. But again, they are expensive. They're well made. and I've never had any issues with them. We've used them in the coffee shop for a couple years now. They last, they look brand new, so same with the other ones as well. So those are a couple recommendations. You know, I would just say make sure when you're buying to know the size. Again, 90 milliliters is the standard. If you're getting bigger ones, you probably don't want that. That's not a true espresso. The espresso will be too far in the cup. I would not get anything bigger than 3 ounces or 90 milliliters if you're drinking espresso out of them, especially for your house, or even if you're doing it from a coffee shop standpoint. So there you go, Demitasse or espresso cups. I think that's all you need to know. If you have any other questions about these, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. Again, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.